So the 49ers made a couple of moves that opened up nearly $2 million in salary cap space while it was in the air. A couple of cuts, but to players who were on injured reserve. So cuts with injury settlements, because you can't just jettison a player who was hurt at the time. It was the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, and it was the defensive back who was competing for the nickel spot, A.J. Parker. Gonzalez strained his calf in week 3 of the preseason, or right before that game during warm-ups, and A.J. Parker hurt his hamstring in week 3 of the preseason. So Gonzalez was counting over $1.4 million against the 49ers cap. A.J. Parker was counting $500,000 due to some injury accounting rules against the 49ers cap. That adds up to nearly $2 million. 49ers, by my calculations, before these two moves, were about $1 million over the 2023 salary cap, and they needed to find a way to be under by week 1. And it is week 1. The deadline's coming up here in the next few days. As I've said many times before, the Nick Bosa contract, when the 49ers finally get it done, will put them underneath the 2023 cap by saving space this season, by stretching money out to future years. But as long as Bosa keeps on holding out, as long as this deal isn't done, the 49ers are going to have to find other ways to get under the salary cap. Now, don't think that they did this to Zane Gonzalez and to A.J. Parker because Bosa hasn't signed it. This is something that the 49ers were planning to do anyway. Injury settlements are normal courses of action for players who are put on injured reserve before they make the 53-man roster, because neither Gonzalez nor Parker was eligible to play for the 49ers this season, having gone on IR ahead of the 53-man cutdown. That being said, this is still significant because the 49ers still needed to make these moves to actually get under the salary cap, since Nick Bosa has not yet signed. So the moral of the story is the 49ers still don't have a lot of spending money. No, team that's really serious about contending is going to enter a season with only a few $100,000 in salary cap space, because you need room for in-season moves. So the 49ers are at a position right now where they still need to open up more. And the quickest ticket to opening up more space will be through a potential extension for Nick Bosa. But if hardball continues to be played by both sides, and I explained, and I have been explaining so much of the stakes in this Nick Bosa negotiation, so hardball might continue for a little while. If that continues to be the case, 49ers are going to have to get financially creative in other ways to make sure that they have enough 2023 spending room. This is a short-term and a long-term outlook. 2023 cap space, 2024 cap space. It is a complicated puzzle. That's why it's a complicated deal with Nick Bosa. But even if that's not done, we need to pay attention what the 49ers are doing elsewhere. So that's the update here. Back in San Francisco, cross-country flight done. 3 practices, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then back across country again to Pittsburgh. We'll talk to you all soon.